Hi guys, so a certain company that I won't mention their name recently celebrated their 35th anniversary and they released a model showing an orc, well, laying on its back being done in by someone else. So obviously a bit upset by that because obviously I love orcs, but then I stumbled across this lovely person over at my mini factory and lo and behold they had a little lovely figure of, well, the orc taking its revenge, which I thought was just awesome. So this person goes by the name of Mr. Modulork. There was a link in the description, guys, to where you can go and get this awesome figure. So I downloaded the STL, took it into my Anycubic slicing software. As you can see, you can get them pre-supported, which is awesome, as I'm no good at doing supports, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, 3 little parts there. Obviously you got his head separate, and the 2 figures, which is cool because it makes it easier then to paint them. I printed them out on the Anycubic Photon Mono X, which is a rather large and lovely printer. And yeah, this is how they've come out. So I've glued his head on, primed them in black, given them a bit of a grey dry brushing even. Yeah, so now they're ready for a bit of a white dry brushing, just sort of lightly over the edges. Obviously this is my sort of go-to painting technique, which I think we're calling on this channel Razzle Dazzle, just because it sounds fun and nice. But yeah, basically prime in black, dry brush grey, dry brush white, and then apply your contrast paints, dipping inks, speed paints, yeah, all those kind of lovely paints. I've been using the contrast plague bearer's flesh, well, for all my orcs I've been doing recently, and yeah, I absolutely love this colour. Yeah, I've only done a few orcs in the past, and they've generally been more of a, well, more of a green, I guess. So this colour, I just love it. It just goes on really well. Obviously shows off all those lovely highlights, lowlights, dark lights, whatever the lights are called underneath, and yeah, just looks gorgeous. So this is kind of how you'll see all my orcs kind of painted for the moment, until I stumble across a different green and then get all excited about that one. So if you're currently watching obviously the orc chest set that I'm building, you'll see that obviously all the orcs on that are painted in the exact same way, even to the extent of the whole sort of colour scheme. So even with like the trousers being the light brown, any sort of vests they wear or jumpers they wear, I've been doing in the kind of like an orange colour. So yes, I'm kind of keeping them all relatively similar, so they look like they're from the same sort of clan, I guess. So just to clarify, this orc is spelt with a C as opposed to a K, but then I love all orcs, so it doesn't matter if they're spelt with a C or a K, I just think they are gorgeous. And it was so nice to stumble across this orc who's getting his revenge, because the other company that's having a 35th anniversary this year brought out a lovely little figure, except the orc was lying on its back, well, kind of looking a bit brown bread. So yeah, it was nice to see this guy having his revenge. So I'm definitely no expert painter, which is why whenever you watch any of these videos where I am painting something, you will notice that I don't sort of really refer much to what I'm actually doing in the video, as yeah, basically I am keeping it very simple. I say this slapchop, grizel, under brushing, under painting, under bra, under wire, razzle dazzle technique is very simple. So yeah, guys, if you're like me, not a very good painter or didn't enjoy painting, this is definitely the technique for you guys to try out, as it is so simple. And say prime in black, dry brush grey and white, and then get your contrast paints and just apply them, well, just apply them normally. There's no real sort of magic here. Well, there is kind of magic because they come out looking really good for very little effort, I would say. So yeah, obviously I am going to do these videos though. I am going to try and sort of go through and show all the colours that I use, just in case you wanted to duplicate the look of my orcs or any of the other figures that I actually paint. So yeah, so there are obviously a few colours that aren't the contrast paints. I do have some sort of like beigey contrast paints, but they tend to come out well, a bit more brown than anything. So a lot of the dipping inks and contrast paints, speed paints I do use, they do come out as they look well on the tin. There's just the odd sort of colour here and there that definitely doesn't come out how it should do. One of those is the yellow. I've only got one yellow at the moment, and that's the Army Painter Speed Paint, and that does seem to come out more orange. So because I know that, I do actually use it as an orange paint rather than a yellow. So I do need to try and find a nice yellow contrast paint, well, just so I can paint things yellow, I guess. So this dude was actually painted during a live stream. So guys, yeah, if you want to sort of see what I'm doing as I'm, well, kind of doing it, I am trying to live stream at least once, maybe twice a week. And generally these live streams are around about 11 AM UK time. Just as this is a, well, it's a good time for me to sort of live stream. So yeah, if ever you're about 11 AM ish UK time, then yeah, check out my channel and see if I'm painting something or making something or, well, doing something. So yeah, that's the main orc guy done. Obviously I started with him first just because, well, obviously I love orcs. And then this other dude, I think he's a little dwarf. I'm not too sure, but he's definitely seen better days. Because he's got a huge big sort of axe, chainsaw, circular saw, well, ripping his stomach open basically. Yeah, so painted in the same sort of way, primed in black, Drybrush grey and Drybrush white, and then yeah, some contrast paints. Yes, I'm using the blue that I've not actually used before, and yeah, come out really well. Kind of like how it looks, so so pleased with that. If you are new here, guys, and you like what I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, as I am producing, well, a couple of videos a week these days, just because I've got this newfound love of painting. So yeah, I am painting miniatures galore, which is pretty cool. So let me know if there's anything you want to see me do on this channel, whether it's any sort of kit bashing of any of these figures, because now I have got quite a lot of figures. I've got, well, I don't want to brag, but I've got quite a large bits box. So it would be fun to sort of get them out and, well, see what I can make really. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments if there's any sort of figure, character, or even small diorama you want to see me make, and yeah, I'll certainly give that a go. So when I paint the metallic colours on these sort of things, rather than actually like painting it, I kind of just dab it, because I like to be able to see some of obviously the dry brushing and the dark areas come through. So yeah, so a little dab will do you here. So just sort of dab it rather than sort of brush it, because then when you put the wash over afterwards, you can still see, say, some of the sort of dry brushing underneath. So yeah, painted obviously this dude orange, just because I think, well, most dwarfs seem to like the bright orange sort of hair, and yeah, using the normal sort of skin tone paint here, just because again the speed paint that I've got always looks a little bit dark with the skin colours, sometimes a bit too dark. So yeah, I'm using the normal paint there. And yeah, last sort of few things, just finish off doing the base. Obviously, as you know, most of my figures go on clear bases, but obviously this dude was kind of, well, it was attached to this base. So yeah, didn't really have much of a choice there. And yeah, final sort of stage, once everything's kind of done, good old wash. And I do apply this quite liberally. I do like my things to look a bit weathered, a bit worn, and definitely have a lot of sort of darker areas. So yeah, I do sort of put this on quite heavy-handed, but again, we all got our own sort of preferences on how we like things to look, and for me this is perfect. For you, maybe not so much, so obviously you do your, well, you do you, I'll do me. And there we go, that's them both together. Just a case of popping them off. Sometimes they come off easier than others, so I couldn't seem to get the blade underneath him, but then I could just pop him off. But yeah, off they come, glued together, job done. Let's have a little look at these guys, well, in all their glory. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. See you in the next one. Bye for now.